The girl in the front row was named Mia. When she got home that evening, the echo of Leo's words followed her into her bedroom. She looked at her desk, which was covered in half-finished drawings and empty snack wrappers. For months, she had told herself she wasn't the smart type, using her boredom as a shield against the fear of failing. She picked up her physics textbook. It felt heavy, like a block of lead. She opened it to page 74, where a complex diagram of gravitational pull stared back at her like a foreign language. Her first instinct was to reach for her phone to drown out the silence with a video or a game. But she remembered the old, crumpled sticky note Leo had shown the class. "Focus," she whispered. She cleared her desk until only the book, a single lamp, and a notebook remained. The first R was agony. Her mind wandered to the rain, to what her friends were doing, to the itch on her shoulder. The second hour was a battle. She had to read the same paragraph 4 times before the words started to click. The third hour was a miracle. Suddenly, the math began to make sense. The numbers weren't just marks on a page. They were a way to describe how the stars stayed in the sky. Weeks later, the day of the final exam arrived. Mia sat in the same hall where Leo had spoken. When she turned over the exam paper, she didn't feel the usual cold spike of panic. Instead, she felt a quiet, steady warmth. She knew these problems. She had met them before in the quiet of her room. When the results were posted, Mia didn't just pass, she excelled. But the real change wasn't the letter printed on the top of her paper. It was the way she walked. Her head was higher, and the bored look in her eyes had been replaced by a sharp, hungry curiosity. She realized that the world wasn't something that just happened to her. It was something she could understand, master, and eventually change. She took a new sticky note, wrote "Keep Going" on it, and pressed it firmly onto the corner of her computer monitor. The student had become the master of her own future.